Hello everyone, this is Valderan and this is Farming Simulator 25 and I am trying to survive without any means and I have come to a situation now where we are in the third month, which is October, and well, I call it year zero, but I've noticed sometimes in the game people call it year one, but well, I regard it zero until a whole year has passed. But yeah, that is a minor thing, and yeah, we are on the third month, and each play day is a month, so we are getting into it. Start getting dark, and if I start the game, we can actually see why. It is relatively dark here. So, what we got last time, we got a seeder, so we can actually start doing some seeding and grow some crops as well. It's very dark here, so yeah, I'm sitting here in the tractor. However, the thing is, I am really lacking means of pulling anything out of the ground. I'm not allowed to um, rent rentals in this game, so that is going to be a problem. However, I have the seeder, I have a plow, I have a cultivator. The seeder actually have cultivator in it as well, that's why it's so heavy. Um, so we can actually do that part. And that was the wrong one I dropped. Why do I do that? I need to not drop my weight, so yeah. But luckily, oh, this is actually standing right, isn't it? No, it's not. I have to use my super strength to put this right, so it needs to be that way. It tips over when I drop it, which is not very smart. I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little bit odd today, but I've been out and about all day, and that that kind of. Oh dear. Did I tip it over again? Okay. So it has to be like this. And that should, yeah. So what I have to find out now is where I wanna. Well, yeah, my plan is that I will attempt to first of all make a grass field. I have means to at least move it and bale it, so I can make money that way. So at least there's one way we can set up some sort of production. Around the buildings here, I really don't want to make too much fields right now, so I'm going to drive a little bit out of the zone. I also need to find a way I can remove bushes, but again, that has to come down the line. So I wish it was a little bit lighter, but yeah. So that is not going to work. I need to allow to make fields. And I'm not using any drive assistance or anything because I don't think in a survival mode that you should have all that available. I might be wrong, but that is... Jesus, I can't see what I'm actually doing. Okay. This might be funny, but yeah. We can always later change it, so... So I'll try to make it as square as I can. And the good thing is, making a grass field is you only have to seed it once. And to be honest, can actually see here that it looks relatively squarish. And the thing is, as I say, you can always extend it because there's not fixed fields in this on this map, so it's not like you have a neighboring field that belongs to someone else, maybe. So and who knows, this might actually be a stupid place I'm putting it anyway, but again, it can always be changed down the line. I can grow something else, and if I have money to actually create things I can harvest. So this actually look like I am in a square-ish. Can't really see, so this is going to be guesswork, but yeah. As long as it's relatively square-ish, then I'm actually happy. It makes it easier to work with it when it is. And see, this was absolutely not square after all, or rectangular. Because I should have hit over there. So, what is the smartest thing to do? Go over there and try to line up with that over there, so we have the a proper outline. I know some people is marking the corners with dirt, a little bit of dirt road or something like that. You can do that. I'm very often free bowling it quite a lot, so this is not going to be a very big field at this point. Why does it feel like I stick on the corners? Well, there might be stops or other things that I'm not aware of, and yeah, we'll have to take it, and the daylight might reveal things I haven't seen. And yeah, I'm not doing very nice up and downs here. I am just trying to remove all this scrub and kind of hope the best. Also the plow is quite small, so again you have to work with the tools you actually get, so yeah. And something popped up. What was that? It's a roller. Yeah, that's not going to be very useful here because I have disabled all those things. So this is very basic arcade game harvest measurements. And don't believe I will keep going down that route. I will go through different types of survival challenges, and when I have done them, I will actually add at the difficulty as well and make things more and more realistic. This field looks very small when you see it, but I should probably have added the mod that gives more field information, but I don't mind mods that actually give game information which I feel should have been there from the first place, but that's my opinion. Others might actually disagree on that and say, oh, that would be way too easy. And I do know sometimes people think using that mod or this mod is literally cheating. The thing is, when you're playing a single player game, you can't actually cheat because the only one which things affect is yourself, so that is not really cheating. And I think people are very quick on the trigger. We can discuss whether you should maybe try to learn a little bit more about the game, but that said, that's easier said than done. Not all games are intuitive. You need to learn a lot of things before you actually play them. And Farming Simulator is a quite complex game. If you play with full-fledged reality, you pretty much have to be a farmer to actually understand what exactly you are doing. And for some people that would be fun. No doubt about that. I've seen some videos with people playing very, very close to real, but then in many manners I'm out, because I can't play with those kind of things. I missed a little bit there. I will have to take that next time I come around to that corner. Where you go in and start checking the soil and how pH it is, and all those kind of things, it starts getting way too complicated for me. Then I'm not that much into the farming side. I'm more into things like survival, challenges. I love challenges, no doubt about that. And there will always be something which tickle my fancy, if you can say it like that. So yeah, all these things take time, and that is how it is. And I can actually see I'm running on ×5. That is not entirely good, because then the day goes too quick. I'm quite happy we play one day at a /month at a time at this point. Of course, when we have a lot of things up and going on, then yeah, if there's nothing I can really do, then I will set the pace up, because having the fields up and running, waiting for them to be harvested, there is waiting time. No doubt about that. So first of all, I need to make a piece of this land into a field that I can put something on. I will say I have not made a lot of bales, so that is being a new thing for me, unless I can get a quick forage wagon, then I will go probably in another direction, but we'll take one step at a time. First we need to make money, and that's a constant. In order to earn money, we need to spend money. That's just how it is. Can't hit my bloody keys. I think plowing is one of the most tedious tasks there is. But on the other hand, it's also kind of refreshing that you can take kind of the wild nature and turn it into something useful. That you can actually grow something on. Took a what's that? It's the wolves in the game. The game is very quiet. I haven't turned it up yet, so I do actually like to have a little bit of engine sound and things like that. Okay, I think there's a little dog coming and checking on me. She does that sometimes. So if I should go after my dogs, then I would start thinking having sheep and stuff like that. But there is certain things I would need in order to do that. The good thing with sheep and goats is they only need grass and water, which is fair enough, but I would really like to have a forage wagon if I was to do that. So it has to wait until we get things that is useful. Chickens need wheat for feeding. Either we buy feed, but I don't feel that the egg production is giving a lot of money until you have loads of chickens. There is actually a challenge with chickens as well. I'm going to try to do at some point, but I need to check that a little bit more, because that is something with that you are only allowed to sell things which comes out of the chickens, and that means eggs or products which are produced making eggs or meat. And I haven't really gone down the slaughterhouse part yet either, so that could be interesting to try, but that's a little bit out in the future. Now here we have to try to earn $1 million and have a proper farm. And proper farm is kind of my judgment. We're not allowed to buy new stuff except for seeds and other things which wouldn't come up as used things. But all machinery has to be bought used. We're allowed to build production building, and I have a little bit extra in that up my sleeve because of the mods I'm using. So but again, it doesn't help me much if I can't transport it off the farm to sell it. So yeah. that is kind of where we stand at the moment. And I am going to get some problems until I get some more equipment. But worst case, I will have to do more logging as well, and that is a possibility. So the more options to actually earn money, the better it is, because then you can start grow. Growing is good. That's what you really want. It's like the real world. If you don't make your money work, just spend them all on Starbucks or whatever you tend to use your money on. It's just an example, by the way. Then you won't progress in the economical side, and that's one of the things this game is really about. You need to grow. You need to have money to buy more machinery, even though I have put a spanner in the works on that one for myself, but that's just to make the challenge even worse. And maybe down the line I decide that was a bad idea, but let's see. I will reach the end goal, but it's a question how long it will take and what route I will take. Because I have no clue at this point what the game will actually chuck at me, so yeah. The good thing with grass, by the way, is it regrow relatively fast, so it's a good way of have continuously I say crop. I don't know if you can call grass a crop, but I just realized I actually forgot this one up here. Now, I don't know if you can call grass for crop, but it is kind of a crop. And it is a way you can make money. But you also need it to feed animals. So, and I don't know what the baling would actually bring in, so I'm not even sure how it works. But we'll find out. I'm sure it's not any worse than I can actually sort it out. The good thing is, even though this is complex, it's not rocket science. Everything is mainly logical. And as long as it is that, then I have a fighting chance. So it's actually not too bad how I get this plowing done. It's relatively straight I drive, so that's not bad. It's that spot something I didn't plow. To make sure. You can see on the map that it's processed, but I'm not entirely sure it shows the proper picture though. I would say, by the way, that there's a lot of discussions whether you should play this in multiplayer or not. I would love to play survival with other players sometimes, because I think that would give a whole new perspective, but it has to be planned properly. I might try to talk Welsh Tiger into it, but it won't be until after the holidays, I believe. Oh, it's nice to see the bushes and the scrub disappear, if nothing else. So I know there is some foresty things which can actually remove bushes and scrub. However, they are very expensive, and I would need very expensive equipment to get to that. And I don't know if I will be able to do that. There's a new offer coming up. There's a chaser bin that's good to have, but that's not really what I need right now, and I don't have the money for it. I would say one of the best survival games I have seen on YouTube video was one on a private server where everyone which had gotten the access could log in and play co-op with the host. And that was actually quite interesting to see, because that was a lot of people playing, and um, kind of working together to earn money, because there was no money from start. However, they did choose to borrow money too, because so there was enough tractors and things, so everyone had something to work with. And that showed that a lot of people can actually have fun working for the same thing. It doesn't always have to be a lot of hostility in order to make a fun game out of it. I would say that is water on my mill. So we are actually, yeah, this is not the biggest field I have ever made, but I kind of think it is more important to actually get something up and get started. The quicker I get it up and get it started, the quicker I can actually, hopefully, get something out of it. And hopefully I can start getting some money, so I will be able to buy whatever I need to make more fields and start harvesting things. But my thought is grass will never be wasted, because if I start having sheep or goats, then that will be needed anyway. Or I can start setting up silage, which normally sell quite well, but I need something to transport it. So yeah, that is loose plans for the future, but RNG determines what comes on offer in the store. And that will always be, on this type of game, that will always be the deciding factor. I'm actually quite happy how it has gone so far. I played, well, I have one save which is same, well, not entirely the same, because that one I'm actually allowed to buy new stuff and stuff. But it took me quite a while to actually start earning enough money to buy things. So I had to do a lot of logging. The problem was the trees I had to log on that map was not the greatest. They didn't pay a lot. So, yeah. That doesn't seem to be the problem here, to be honest. the trees is actually paying quite well. There's actually a forestry mod I might consider getting. It gives more information about the wood, the trees you are dealing with, and also it gives you an option to cut in a very specific length. So if you want to cut the trunks in let's say 2 meter lengths, then you can set it so you can click in on that distance. I do have a measurement mod on, but I don't seem to be able to get it to work, so that's just how it is, to be honest. It might not be the mod that is the problem, but me. Most likely, to be honest. So, oh, there's another mod I want as well. Oh, yeah. I'm sitting here being a total beginner at the Farming Simulator 25 and talk a lot about mods. I did play a couple of the earlier installments of Farming Simulator, so I'm not totally non-knowing. I know some of the basics, but not all, because there is things I have never tried, and that is those things I will have to learn when I need them. So on Tuesday I got praised for my packing of my flatbed trailer with the logs. I think that was more luck than skill, but you do learn things as you do them, and that is probably, I might have improved my skill set a little bit, but that is one of the worst things for me, is actually packing the flatbed trailers. I mentioned Tuesday that I have sometimes watched videos of very good players, and they put something like 3 levels on a flatbed trailer, and everything stays where they are put, and it looks so good. I tried the same. It looks like I've been throwing hand grenades at my payload. So yeah, that's but again, it's something I just need to learn, and practice just makes you better. So yeah. So today locally the Christmas officially started because they turned on the Christmas lights. I didn't get to see that, even though we went to the city today. Got our Christmas tree and a lot of decorations. I might, if I get it to put it up over the weekend, put up a little Christmas decoration for my stream. But I will say that won't be a lot. And yes, I do know you can put it on virtual or digital if you want, but nah, I don't like to have too much noise on the screen. So, while I have been sitting here chatting away, we have actually almost plowed this field, so at least now we have something which looks farm-like. And might be disappointing for some, but this is going to be a grass field. Most of all because I know that is something I can make a little bit of money with, and that is for some reason I missed a straw. So oh, that looks quite okay. Are we happy with the size though? So where are we on the map? That is the good question. So if we look at our farm, so we are in the upper half, and that was actually where I was thinking the field should be anyway, so that is not too bad. It's not rectangular as it should be, but yeah, it's a little bit oddly shaped, but as said, I can expand it if I feel the money coming out of it is not good enough. So I actually think I will just cultivate it and seed it, and then see what happens when it is grown, and then we can see if it is not good enough, then we can expand it, which we probably will at some point anyway. let's keep it in our... The problem is actually that on the line here is not my farm, so bub 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 bub. And this is where people start asking, do you even have a driving license, because you drive like you don't. Yeah, I'm just a little bit enthusiastic sometimes. And to be honest, it is a game. I don't have to be too concerned about insurance and those kinds of things. So I hope this works as I think it works. So we turn on the power harrow and we lower it. I hope it will be seeding at the same time. There's another problem is I can't fertilize it because I don't have a fertilizer. So that's a whole other thing. Oh god, this is heavy to turn with. Okay, this I need to lift and turn, because otherwise I will never get around. I could see it was heavy because I didn't have the weight on the tractor when I picked it up, and I did a very interesting wheelie with it. Problem was when the front wheels are not on the ground, you can't steer. It is absolutely impossible. So yeah. It looks about right, but I don't know if it is seeding, because until it goes down below 99%. But that's it. Grass is one of the very economical things when you seed them. They don't take a lot. But I have filled seeds in, so I better do this the right way. So yeah, we can't fertilize at the moment. The fertilizer is quite cheap, but it has to come up at the sale. The very low-end bucket fertilizers is only, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 pounds. So that's actually not too bad. But we have to take it as it is. We have to follow the rules. Otherwise, why would you put up rules if you don't follow them? The concern is not actually going down, but I have used 8 liters, so it must be going down. Yeah, it is going down. Good. But the thing is, okay, the cedar is actually on, so that is good. There's a little bit of problem when you have three things you have to control. I don't know if the weight has to be up or down, but I believe the lower it is, the better it keeps the balance. So this is a medium tractor, so that it's not the most powerful, and it's not very heavy compared to the big boys. But that said, the big boys is also costing the big money. And yeah, here you are getting my sufferings with the slowness of preparing the fields. That's why I shouldn't be so far out. So yeah, field preparation takes time, and it's one of the problems is the game is running all the time when you're doing things. So if you have put up the time factor too high, you're still doing the same, and it takes the same time, but time flies even faster for you. So I notice a lot of the YouTubers, when they do their field work, they set it down, very low down, some of them even to half time. So because otherwise they spend half a month while they are prepping a field, and I kind of understand that. Then you compensate by putting up the time while you wait for it to grow, and you don't have to deal with the fields. But again, it comes down to how you want to play your games, because if you want time to fly quick, for instance, if you are having a lot of income from production or electricity, whatever you are selling, then you want time to go fast, because then you quicker earn money. Which actually make me realize there's something I have forgotten. So I have one production. Okay, I'm selling it directly, so because I can't transport it anywhere, so I'm just selling it because I can't even put it on my flatbed and drive it to a selling point. Yeah, I could cheat and use my super strength, but as I said, my super strength I only use to sort out stock vehicles. Because if I start carrying around everything that way, that is almost wrong. Then we remove the challenge part, don't we? And that's not really what we want to do.